Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fulton, Kentucky for tonight's contest between the Fulton Railroaders and your Full Count Rhythm. Getting our equipment ready and checked and make sure everything's working. It's a one-man band today, and I don't play a lot of instruments. This is Tim Reese. Can't blame any of this on Zach Williams. He's back home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Our first road trip to Fulton, Kentucky. Had a number of great games between these two clubs over the 2-year span. Tonight, the Full Count Rhythm come in with a 1-3 record to face the 3-1 Fulton Railroaders after 4 games of action. Sparse crowd as it stands right now, but we should expect to see folks show up here in the small town of Fulton, Kentucky, just north of South Fulton, Tennessee, I think. It's just on the Kentucky-Tennessee line. And it's an unusual shaped field, like a football field, running from the first base right field line out to the left field wall and center field wall. About a 200-foot right field fence with a 50-foot high fence that guards the public safety building on the other side. Doesn't guard it real well. If you get the ball up in the air, there'll be some balls flying out of here. Not too many home runs so far in the Ohio Valley League, though, according to the statistics that I'm able to see. Only 3 so far, and 2 of them a young man in today's lineup with the Fulton Railroaders, Jackson Norris, a right fielder from University of Montevallo, who will play right field for the Railroaders, who are under new ownership. Last 2 years at least, Coach Scott Guyman is now the new head man and brought in some new folks here. We'll have a new public address announcer here, Kevin Estes, whose son Parker has played with the Railroaders for the last 2 years. And they have a broadcast of sorts now. Eddie Crittenden, one of the former owners, is here as well. Well, you see the umpires that have gathered in their red shirts as Josh Carmen comes out to meet with them. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Welcome back to the Full Count Broadcast Network. Now it's time for the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineup.
And thanks to Todd and Linda Hunley over at Chick-fil-A of Rivergate for sponsoring the Full Count Rhythm. Here are the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First, for the visiting Rhythm of Full Count, leading off playing center field, Drew Robertson. Batting second, playing left field, Cooper Holbrook. The DH batting third, Josh Seiler. And at third base, Walker Strange will hit cleanup. Jared White will bat fifth and play in right field. Caleb Nix over at first base, batting sixth. Aiden Napier behind the plate. He'll bat seventh. And in the 8-hole, Ethan Huddleston at second base. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Levi Perrell. Carson Howard on the mound, 5'10", 190-pound junior from the University of North Alabama, Pike Road, Alabama. He'll be on for his first appearance of the 2023 season after appearing in 8 games a year ago for the Rhythm. So he is the another second-year player for Full Count. And the starting lineup for the Fulton Railroaders at shortstop, batting first, Tazos Foster. Center field batting second is Bennett Detrude, and Jackson Norris with those 2 home runs batting third, playing right field. Jimmy Manzella in left field batting fourth. Jackson Garrett at first base batting fifth. Behind the plate batting sixth, Emery Wright. At DH batting seventh, Diego Duque. Drew Baskin is a second baseman. He'll bat eighth. Aiden Cloud playing right field. He'll bat ninth. And on the mound, an incoming freshman to East Central College, Eli Prince. He's from Clinton, Kentucky. Played high school just this past month, I reckon, at Hickman County in Kentucky. Head coach for the Railroaders, Hayden Tapper, who's an assistant coach at Jackson State. He has taken over the squad for Scott Guyman this year. Of course, Josh Carmen back for his second year on the managerial bench, is in his third year as the general manager of the Full Count Rhythm. Ohio Valley League, now an 11-league team. I guess it never actually truly went to a 12-team league, as the Clarksville Whirlybirds have replaced, they weren't supposed to, but they replaced the Owensboro River Dogs, who have, I guess, folded is how it ends up being. They attempted to play the season but moved their team into another location, but that did not work out. So back down to 11 teams. 43-game schedule for Full Count has now turned into a 40-game schedule. We are minutes away from the start of the game. We'll have the Star Spangled Banner here shortly. We'll take a break and we'll come right back with the start of the game, first pitch on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Everybody's pregame is different, and we're still haven't had our national anthem is the announcement of the starting lineups here. Kevin Estes is running through the home team as they are heading out. You will notice, if you'll be able to, the right fielder will probably play in a different area. Full Count and Fulton have played 15 times in their 2-year history, with Full Count winning 12 of the 15 games. Full Count now playing game number 101 in their history. So this is game number 16 in the history of Fulton and Full Count, who are both in the South Division. So we will have a live rendition of the national anthem. We'll have to turn the volume down. As a matter of fact, we'll just take another break. We'll be right back.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And the national anthem now over. Fulton Railroaders on the field, and Full Count wearing their white pants and navy blue tops with their navy blue hats. The Railroaders wearing their white pants and orange tops, as a couple of the players are standing out here for, I guess, the competition to see who's more patriotic. I'd never have understood that. You get to stand out there like they're going to let you stand there while the game starts. But anyway, we are set for baseball here in the Ohio Valley League. Game number 5 for both teams. We will effort to have 2 cameras here today, and I'll try to make sure that we get to the wide angle when action occurs outside of this camera angle. Eli Prince on the mound for the Fulton Railroaders. He does have 1 appearance. Not a start. He threw 2/3 of an inning, walked 1. Shows that he must have pitched to 3 batters, got 2 outs, none via the strikeout. Railroaders come in with an ERA, team ERA of 3.82. They are the leading hitting team in the Ohio Valley League. I think they're at 295. As I said, there's only 3. Oh, I take that back. They've got more home runs that weren't showing up before. So 9 home runs hit. They must have missed those, or they just put in the new stats on the day off yesterday. Everybody had a day off, and we are on to baseball at 6:35 here in Fulton, Kentucky. First pitch is high and away. Next pitch fouled off by Drew Robertson, one of the hottest hitting players in the league. Had a stretch of 8 at-bats, 7 official at-bats that had 7 straight hits. Now 2 balls and a strike to Drew Robertson from Catawba College in Salisbury, North Carolina. Thanks for checking in. Already on the chat. Try to get to that as well. Swing and a miss. Robertson now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Amy Travis, Vicki Maloney, Jimmy Edwards, Nick Gilbert. Becca Poole checking in on Facebook. Say go Rhythm. Pitch is high. Well, our first full count, Ministries full count. 8 for 21 on the year so far. Starting off slow on the foul balls. When a batter swings on a first pitch after the count becomes full. And there is ball 4. Drew Robertson heads down to first base. Cooper Holbrook steps in. Vanderbilt University from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. Left fielder for the Rhythm, been in that spot every inning of each of the first 4 games. Moved up in the lineup to second, and he will get hit in the chest, that left rib cage area, and that'll put, let me put those runners on first and second base. So young Eli Prince having a little trouble with the strike zone here to get started. Catcher Emery Wright will go out to chat with Eli. Doesn't give me the height and weight of these young men, but Eli appears to be about 6'2", 6'3", about 190. Josh Seiler steps in, the DH from Trevecca Nazarene University. Played high school at Maryville, Tennessee. First pitch into him's called strike. Tight quarters up here in Fulton in the public address and radio area. There's a line drive out to your right center field. That'll get down and get to the fence. Center fielder picks it up. Seiler will hold it first. And there is the Framework Athletics first run of the game, driven in by Josh Seiler. And full count takes the early lead. It is Seiler's second hit of the year and 3rd RBI. Drew Robertson, who walked to lead off the ball game, is the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Rhythm have now equaled their total number of hits from last game with that base hit into right center field. So you see how shallow that fence is. That split the gap. And Seiler couldn't get to second base. Overhand breaking pitch. Misses inside to Walker Strange, playing third base today. He's 1 for 11 to start the season. We have a CrossFit Hendersonville. Runners at the corners. Cooper Holbrook at third, Josh Seiler at first base. Swinging a foul ball that came back and Got our home plate umpire. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Still nobody out here in the first inning. A walk, a hit batter, and a single into right center field. Put runners at the corners and 1 run in for the Rhythm. Prince at the stretch and delivers. Changeup or off-speed pitch. Called strike as Walker Strange started to go after it and then held up and looked back at the umpire and dismayed. Did not agree with that call. Two-two pitch goes high and away. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. On deck, Jared White. 85 degrees here at game time. Starting at 6:35 p.m. They are also Central Time here in Fulton, Kentucky. Throw over to first base. No reason, I guess, to switch over to that camera angle. We don't have it. We're pretty close to the backstop here in the perch that is behind home plate. It's an old-timey stadium, Low House Field here in Fulton. Ball 4. That is 3 free passes given up by Eli Prince, second walk. And that loads the bases for Jared White. White 2 for 11 so far this year. He looks at a first pitch that's outside the zone. Another breaking pitch misses down low. Jared White should see something he likes here on a 2-0 pitch with nobody out and the bases loaded, 1 run in. He does and does not offer. 5'9", 205-pound rising senior from Johns Creek, Georgia, attends Georgia Southwestern. Hurricanes finished 34-19 this year as that pitch misses. Low and away. Prince now in danger of walking in a run. It's Caleb Abney, third base coach, down talking to Cooper Holbrook. Harrison Travis, first base coach for the Rhythm, standing near Walker Strange. And there is ball 4. Jared White picks up an easy RBI, and the Rhythm will take a 2-0 lead. Should mean a visit from a pitching coach here, I would guess. I don't have the names of the coaches other than Hayden Tapper that I met during the Tennessee JUCO season this past year. So Cooper Holbrook comes in, scores for the 3rd time this year. He was hit by a pitch on the very first pitch that he saw. So Josh Seiler will take his spot at third base. Walker Strange now at second. Jared White down at first base. Caleb Nix will step in for full count, the big 6'7" first baseman. Red-shirted at Lipscomb this past year. Nix is from Dalton, Georgia, graduated from Dalton High School in 2022. Son of Scott and Kim Nix. And the first pitch he sees is called a strike, but might be a question there. from the windup, young Eli Prince. Delivered to Nix. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. Prince now ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. First start for the incoming freshman. To East Central College. Says he's from Paducah, but I was told that is incorrect as Nix strikes out, swinging, foul tips the ball into the glove on that breaking pitch. And there's the first out in the top of the first inning for the Railroaders. And now stepping in, Aiden Napier, 7-hole hitter, catcher for the Rhythm. Looking for his first hit. He swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. Frankie Delgado and Joanne Wilkes checked in. Jenny Akins. Kay Hilliard says, ouch, don't be hitting my grandson. Another swing and a miss. Whatever the pitching coach said to Eli Prince, it was just what the doctor ordered for him. 0-2 pitch, 1 out, bases loaded. Strike 3 called, and down goes Aiden Napier looking. Breaking pitch fooled Napier. And now Ethan Huddleston steps in, second baseman. He's 1 for 12. He got the lone hit in the ball game the other night against Hoptown. Looking to do some damage with 2 outs. That pitch gets in the dirt, but it's blocked nicely by Emery Wright. Does not scoot away far enough for Seiler to advance. A walk, a hit batter, and a single. Drove in the first run. Another 2 walks. Have kept the bases loaded, and another run scored. 1-0 pitch to Huddleston. Fouls that one straight back. Had a healthy cut there, but just couldn't get the barrel on the meat of the ball. Left fielder playing over toward left center field. Center fielder playing pretty deep center field. Of course, the right fielder is basically playing a deep second base. If you hit one to the right side, you better be hustling. Called strike on a breaking pitch. It's 5 baseballs off the plate in that left-handed batter's box. Plate umpire don't want to see a whole lot of walks here tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nearly hitting the helmet there. Count goes 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Gallatin High School product, who played 3 years at Volunteer State Community College in his hometown of Gallatin. Committed to play at University of Montevallo, just south of Birmingham. There's a disengagement right there by Eli Prince, and that's his only one for this batter. The rule, I believe, put in a year ago. And the 2-2. Breaking pitch missed the zone, and we'll have our third Full Count Ministries full count as the runners will be going on the pitch. Prince pitching from the windup, so runners at first and second should have a pretty good advantage. Get a ball in a gap, should score 3. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And Prince struck out the last 3 batters. 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors, 3 runners left on base. Rhythm leads 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Carson Howard out on the mound, getting loose for the bottom of the first inning from the University of North Alabama. Right-handed pitcher. 20 appearances with UNA this past spring. Had a 3-1 record. 39 and 2/3 innings. Gave up 63 hits, 39 runs, 38 of them were earned, walked 22, struck out 23, gave up 8 home runs and hit 5 batters. For the Rhythm a year ago, at a 1.54 ERA in 8 appearances, 1 start, at a 2-0 record on 11 and 2/3. Only gave up 8 hits, 2 runs that were earned, walked 6, struck out 18 batters. And he is set to face the shortstop, Tazos Foster. Nearly hits Foster with the first pitch. Foster from California. Tazos, Tassos, Foster. Ball 2 inside. Foster's from Willamette University. There's a swing and a miss. Get my scoreboard going. Got to get my choreograph down. A lot of buttons to be pushing. A lot of home games. Zach Williams is handling all this and did 17 games in the Tennessee JUCO conference tournament at the beginning of May, and I had a producer that handled all that, so it's been a little while since I've had to push the scoreboard buttons. There's a tapper down that first base line. Caleb Nix will collect that slow ground ball and step on first base for out number 1. Guess that's another thing I wasn't putting up there. I didn't put any outs up on the board in the top of the first. So Eli Prince came back with bases loaded and struck out 3 straight, or that would have been an even worse inning for the Railroaders. So 1 out, and Bennett Detrude, the center fielder, steps in. First pitch he sees is in there for a called strike. Detrude, D-E-T-R-U-D-E from UT Martin. Aiden Napier catching Carson Howard. Napier from Trevecca Nazarene in his first year with Full Count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Detrude from Brentwood, Tennessee. Don't know if I can believe this roster now after somebody told me that Eli Prince is not from Paducah, Kentucky. He's actually from Clinton, Kentucky. So whatever I'm reading off, it's from the roster. I haven't verified. A check swing. Detrude not able to hold up, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. There's strike 3 called. Last 4 batters that come in the batter's box. Well, that is incorrect. We had a ground out there, didn't we? So 4 out of the last 5. So now 2 outs. Jackson Norris with 2 bombs on the year steps in. Time is called. Norris hitting .600, 9 hits and 15 official plate appearances. First pitch misses the zone. And apparently that one must have been a little bit low. Jackson Norris with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs in the first 4 games that he's played. That's a pretty good start. There's a ground ball to short. Perrell picks up, throws high, but Caleb Nix is 6'7". He just stands on his tippy toes and makes the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Carson Howard and the Rhythm. We're heading to the top of the second, 2-0.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here at Pizza Ranch, our research tells us kids love our buffet. All right, kids, to recap, your favorite things about eating at Pizza Ranch: pizza, chicken leg. Wait, who said pudding plate? Joey, what's a pudding plate?
It's a plate full of pudding.
Carl, put it on the board. Kids love Pizza Ranch, and parents love that kids eat free on Tuesday nights.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
I think this kid is onto something.
Tim Reese back at Fulton, Kentucky, where we are headed to the top of the second inning. 2-0 Rhythm lead, scheduled for 9 innings, of course. Eli Prince back out on the mound. He will face 9-1-2 in the full count lineup. Levi Perrell made that last out on the ground out. Steps in for his first plate appearance of the night. Swings and misses. Levi Perrell, also from Catawba College, hometown in Lexington, North Carolina, in for year number 2, and he's going to look at strike number 2 on that outside corner. Fastball sails high. Levi had a very, very good spring season with Catawba, hitting over 300. Breaking pitch misses outside. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6 foot, 170-pound junior. Business major, the son of Andrew and Gabi Perrell, and he'll face a full count Ministries full count. Eli Prince gone to, I think that's 4 now so far here in early part of the game. And it's another walk. 4th walk of the game, and the 2nd inning in a row that Prince has walked the leadoff batter, and that brings Drew Robertson, who was in fact that leadoff batter, to walk, leading off the game, and he scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Hello to Lily Quattrochi, back for year number 3. Larry and Lily, Saudi Daisy. Robertson looks at ball 1. The grandparents of Harrison Travis and Kevin Pomeroy, who's right here in the stadium, is also watching and apparently listening. That pitch goes behind Drew Robertson, and Perrell will amble on down to second base. Drew Robertson, if he wasn't awake before, is now. Kevin Pomeroy, Mike Bogle, and Kennedy Carmen are here. They rode the bus up with the team. Kevin Pomeroy and Kennedy Carmen were also at the Pizza Ranches. Robertson fouls that one off. After kids camp today, the Pizza Ranch folks invited players and the campers to Pizza Ranch there in Hendersonville. It's the first time I had been in there and didn't get to meet the owner, but I did meet the general manager. Like to get the story. That one's lying down, foul down that third base line. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wanted to get the story as to how Pizza Ranch got to be a sponsor for Full Count Rhythm, but try to get that tomorrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Robertson. Nobody out. Perrell at second. Line drive out to center field. That'll get down. Perrell had to hold up, and Caleb Abney, the third base coach, will hold Perrell. So 2 Catawba Indians at the corners. And runners at the corners is brought to you by CrossFit Hendersonville. Drew Robertson with his 8th hit of the year. Line drive into center field. Now 2 hits for the Rhythm and 2 runners on, nobody out. Cooper Holbrook, who was hit in the chest. The first pitch he saw from Eli Prince standing at the plate. Breaking pitch. Fooled Cooper Holbrook there. Takes that one for a strike. Holbrook also a second-year player, so we've got second-year player at three-year player at third base. Drew Robertson played every year that Full Count's been in existence as Holbrook swings and misses. And he then left Freed Hardeman after year number 1 with Full Count, went down to Catawba. 4 Catawba Indians on this squad. 0-2 to Cooper Holbrook with Josh Seiler on deck. Runner starts to go, does not go, and down goes Holbrook. Four strikeout for Eli Prince, first out of the inning. Josh Seiler, who singled into right center field, drove in Robertson with the first run, stepping to the plate now. 1 out and runners still at the corners. Jimmy Manzella in left, Bennett Detrude in center, Jackson Norris in right, Aiden Cloud at third, Tazos Foster at short, Drew Baskin at second base, Jackson Garrett at first base, and Emery Wright catching Eli Prince, whose breaking pitch misses outside. Throw over to first base. Again, outside of our camera view, so we'll just stay right here. Back safely is Drew Robertson, who is a threat to steal. Been fairly active on the base paths already this year. The pitch whispers at the outside corner. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Robertson has stolen 1 base and been caught stealing. So he is 1 for 2 on the year. A year ago, he was 14 for 18, and there he goes. Pitch is outside. Throw down from the knees. Perrell stays at third base. Pitch was a ball, and Robertson will steal his second base of the year in 3 attempts, putting runners now at second and third with 1 out. 2-1 count to Josh Seiler. Josh, 6'4", 180-pound rising junior at Trevecca. The son of James and Chris Seiler. Papa and Nana in Maryville, and Pampa and Grammy is Seiler fouls that one off. Oh, we're going to have to add that sign right there on the AAA Auto Glass foul balls. Mark McDaniel, you have to add that one. That one is where you hit the car and the car alarm goes off. Not necessarily a broken glass, but 2-2 pitch. Drilled right up the middle, and that will get one run in. Bobbled out at center field, but they will hold the runner. Josh Seiler comes through again. And full count leads 3-0. Another RBI single. Detrude out there in center field bobbled the ball, but he's playing fairly close to the infield. And so Caleb Abney chose to hold Robertson, but Perrell comes in and scores. And Walker Strange will step to the plate with a throw over to first base. Seiler back. 3 hits now for the Rhythm, 2 by Josh Seiler. Zach Williams checking in on Facebook, as is Heather Robertson, mother of Drew. Breaking pitch must have stayed a little bit high. Looked pretty hittable to me, but Walker Strange apparently was not looking for a first pitch breaking pitch. Kevin Pomeroy. Don't know where you'd stand up here. You'd have to stand behind me for a guest spot as that pitch gets in there for called strike. Not much room here, as the Railroader press box folks are very kind to allow me to put my cameras up right in front of them. I'm off to the right of their PA and their, I guess, live stream announcer, Eddie Crittenden. 2 balls and a strike, 2 on, 1 in, and 1 out. You weren't with us at the start of the game and you're new to Full Count Rhythm here at Fulton. Very, very short right field fence right down the line. Couldn't be more than 200 feet. But a 50-foot fence out in right field. That one's pop up to the right side as Walker Strange loses his bat. But the ball goes out into the parking lot. And there is the AAA Auto Glass breakage sounder. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Walker Strange, third baseman. He also red-shirted at Lipscomb. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. Played his high school baseball at CAK, Christian Academy of Knoxville. Two pitch. Starts to go as he held up according to the home plate umpire. They'll check down at first base, who says no, he did not go, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. 3 umpires here tonight. Don't have their names, but umpiring crew, of course, a home plate umpire and a first base and third base umpire. Sometimes the first base umpire goes to the middle of the field. Third base umpire will stay over on his line and vice versa. 3-2 pitch to Walker Strange with 2 on. Seiler goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. No throw to second base as Walker Strange goes down. And that's the 5th strikeout. All outs recorded by the Rotors have been via the strikeout. And Jared White steps in. Looking for a 2-out knock. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. He walked and drove in a run with bases loaded in the first inning. If Prince can get out of this with only 1 run, he'll be doing good. That ball's fouled off to the left side. That will go into the trees and just to the railroad tracks, just to the left, that parallel down the third base line, left field line. Down now, no balls and 2 strikes to the Rhythm right fielder, Jared White. He drives one. That will get up the middle, score at least one. They'll send the runner. Here's the throw, and it is late. Hit first slide by Josh Seiler, and that's 2 more runs for the Rhythm. An 0-2 base hit. Jared White ends up at second base. And there's your 2-out base hit. 2 RBIs for Jared White. So Robertson and Seiler score. That's 3 runs in the inning. And up steps Caleb Nix, who struck out with bases loaded. He's looking for redemption here with 2 outs. Pitch misses a little bit high. Got some music between pitches here. I'm not sure what that's about, but 3 hits in the inning for full count. 3 runs, and that pitch nearly catches Nix on the hands. So 3 RBIs for Jared White so far in his first 2 plate appearances, a walk and a single. And 2 RBIs for Josh Seiler on 2 singles, giving the Rhythm a 5-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. There's a slow breaking pitch that catches the middle of the plate at the letters for a called strike. Nick's now 2 for 13 on the season. Rhythm looking to get hot here. Come in with the lowest batting average in the OVL, but leading the OVL in ERA. And we'll have another full count ministry, full count. Jared White standing down at second base. On deck, Aiden Napier hoping to get an at-bat here in the second. 3-2 pitch. It misses outside for ball 4. Putting runners at first and second, and that is walk number 5. As Prince started the inning with walk 4, gave up a single, struck out a batter, gave up another single, struck out a batter, another single, and the pattern was broken with a walk, or as we like to say, the pattern was broken. Zach, you don't want Kevin Pomeroy to get too comfortable with the microphone. I think he got comfortable with the microphone doing PA for the Commandos. There's a squibber off the bat of Aiden Napier over to Drew Baskin, who throws on to Jackson Garrett. 4 out number 3 to retire the Rhythm, but the Rhythm send 8 batters to the plate again for the second inning in a row. Score 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors. 2 runners left on base. After 1.5, 5-0, full count leads.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back in Fulton, Kentucky, where the Full Count Rhythm have a 5-0 lead heading to the bottom of the second inning. Stay tuned after the game for the Music City Fire and Sprinkler Player of the Game. And we'll also, sometime during the game, have the Pizza Ranch Alumni Spotlight. And then right at the end of the game, we'll also have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. If your kids are at kids camp this week, then you'll probably know what the verse is, or hopefully you will. We'll be using the camp verse. 2 pitches to Jimmy Manzello, the left fielder and cleanup batter, have been outside of the zone from Carson Howard on for his second inning of work. There's a ground ball that will get up the middle, backhanded by Huddleston. Throws to first and gets Manzello by a step. Nice play by Ethan Huddleston, who makes that play up the middle from second base as well as anybody I've seen in a while. So shortstop for Vol State at the beginning of the season. Then ended up moving over to second base and then back to shortstop. So he's pretty comfortable at either one of those positions. Does a very, very nice job at second base on that ball up the middle. Jackson Garrett steps in, first baseman for the Rotors. He fouls that one off to the left side. AAA autograph glass, foul ball. And there is the Mark McDaniel glass breakage sound. Our public address announcer back at Drakes Creek Park. They play a lot more noises here in between pitches. And 2-1 pitch popped up. Let's see if Aiden Napier is going to make that play. And he will not, as that ball drops in front. But the throw down to second base should get, and it will, Jackson Garrett. Aiden Napier needed some help there. Walker Strange came in, but did not call Aiden Napier off. Kind of surprising there. So that will be ruled a single and a 2-6 putout. There goes the no-hitter on the infield pop out, but 2-6 retires Jackson Garrett, who got a little bit greedy trying to stretch a single into a double on an infield pop-up. Emery Wright, the catcher, steps in. So 2 up, 2 down for the Rhythm here in the bottom of the second inning. Ground ball to Huddleston. A little bit easier play for him, and he'll throw over to Nix for out number 3. And another quiet inning. A little bit of excitement there on the drop. Not a drop pop-up, but a pop-up that falls. And 6 up, 6 down for Carson Howard. We'll go to the top of the third with Full Count leading 5-0.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hemphill Brothers called to the bullpen for the Rotors. Angel Brodell will come in for Eli Prince, who goes 2 innings. Gives up 4 hits, 5 runs, which were earned. Walked 5, struck out 5. 5's almost wild if he had given up 1 more hit. No home runs, 1 hit batter. And he is on the hook for the decision, or at least the loss, here for the Rotors. Angel Brodell, right-hander from Imperial Valley College. Says he's from Brawley, California, Brawley, California. And it's a long way away. Angel Brodell has 1 other appearance, pitched an inning, gave up a hit, 2 runs, which were unearned, walked 2, struck out a batter. Opponents are hitting .333 against him in the young season. And he will face 8-9-1 of the Rhythm lineup, and that's Ethan Huddleston, Levi Perrell, and Drew Robertson. Huddleston struck out in the first. He swings and hits a line drive, or ground ball. I didn't see it hit in front of the plate, but 1 hopper to Aiden Cloud, who throws on to first base for out number 1. First pitch swinging, Ethan Huddleston. First out of the inning on a ground out. Brings up now Levi Perrell, who walked and scored in the second. He was a leadoff batter. He swings at the first pitch from Brodell and comes up empty. We're going to keep doing that glass breakage. Slow breaking pitch misses high. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That's the first leadoff batter that the Rotors have retired here. That's another squibber down to first base. Jackson Garrett. He'll make the play himself for out number 2. When you don't walk people, it's have a little bit of easier time. Make the batters swing the bat. And even the good ones, 70% of the time, will get themselves out. A guy who has not gotten out yet in this ball game, Drew Robertson, steps in. He walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. He does not swing at the first pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Cal now goes 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the 4th straight home game for the Fulton Railroaders. Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Drew Baskin, throws on to first, but will not be able to get the speedy Drew Robertson. So Drew Baskin is unable to retire Drew Robertson. So a 2-out base hit infield variety by Drew Robertson, who's now 2 for 2, starting another string of hits. That is the 5th hit for full count in the game. And Cooper Holbrook steps to the plate. Hit by a pitch and struck out. That pitch down low. The Rotors began the season with an 11-8 loss to Paducah. Here's a throw over to first base. Robertson back. And have won 3 straight, all here at home. 20-1 victory over the Clarksville Whirlybirds. 9-8 win over Bowling Green. The ball's popped up to the right side in shallow right field at the line and caught in fair territory by Jackson Norris for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Full count still leads 5-0.
When Whatever your destination in life, you can get there easier with a checking account from F&M Bank. At F&M, our checking accounts give you the tools you need to manage your money well, like our smart free checking account that's actually free. Because sometimes the basics are more than enough. Making lives better by making banking easier. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com. F&M Bank. Banking made easy. On purpose. Member FDIC.
Slim Chickens makes it easy to feed your hungry crowd. Fresh hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, and all the southern sides made fresh for you. It's easy. Just order on the Slim's app or website and leave everything to us. You can get it delivered right to your door. Any party, any size. Slim's has your crowd covered. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Heading to the bottom of the third inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Fulton Railroaders. Facing Carson Howard. First pitch in there, called strike to Diego Duque, D-U-Q-U-E. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to the designated hitter. Diego Duque attends or will attend Texas A&M International University. He'll look at strike 2 there. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's from Edinburgh, Texas, down on the border, Texas and Mexico. Swing and a miss. Down goes Duque. Second strikeout for Carson Howard. That is 7 up, 7 down after retiring Jackson Garrett after he had the pop up. He tried to stretch into a double. Hard shot down to first base. Caleb Nix will knock it down and flip to Carson Howard. 1 pitch, 1 out, or 2 outs for Drew Baskin. Hard shot. But Nix able to get that 280-pound, 6'7" frame in front of that hard shot, knock it down. Carson Howard, very athletic pitcher, over to cover the base, and now Aiden Cloud, the third baseman, steps in. See if he swings at the first pitch. He does not. Breaking pitch misses down in the dirt. Cooper Holbrook in left, Drew Robertson in center, Jared White in right. There's a strike called on the outside corner. Walker Strange at third, Levi Perrell at short, Ethan Huddleston at second, Caleb Nix at first base. Aiden Napier catching this pitch from Carson Howard that's called a strike. Howard getting ahead of the batters here in the bottom of the third inning, trying to face the minimum in the first 3, and it's a tapper to Strange at third. He throws on to his fellow teammate from Lipscomb, Caleb Nix. And that retires Cloud on the 5-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're 1/3 of the way through the ball game. 5-0, Full Count leads. You are watching and listening to the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
Is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Well, if your picture's frozen, I apologize, Robin. I don't know what's going on. As far as I know, I've got good internet up here on the Spectrum network that they provide here. Or Verizon actually was not working very well initially, so switched over to the Rotors network, and it seems to be working good. So might try to reboot, or as we like to say up in the PA and the rhythm section, did you turn it off and turn it back on? Did you unplug it and then plug it back in? That's the technical advice that we like to give. Josh Seiler steps to the plate for the first time with nobody on. And he's now looking at an 0-2 count from Angel Brodell, who came on in relief of Eli Prince. Breaking pitch misses low and away. Seiler having a very productive ball game so far. He's collected 2 hits and 2 RBIs and scored a run in that DH spot today. He's played first base, played third base, and DH for the Rhythm, and he will look at a called strike 3. He did not agree with that one, I'm pretty confident. He's 6'4". That pitch may not have got to his knees, but I'm not in the position to tell that. First strikeout for Angel Brodell. Brodel. Have not gotten an official pronunciation, but assuming that is correct. Called strike to Walker Strange. He struck out in his last plate appearance. Looking for his second hit of the season. There's a called strike. Getting a lot of looks back from the from actually both teams early here in this ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Thanks for joining us on the Rhythm Broadcast Network. 0-2 pitch just misses outside. So 2 innings in a row that Angel Brodell has retired the first batter. Eli Prince was unable to accomplish that. So he walked the leadoff batter in each of the first 2 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, which were earned, walked 5 and struck out 5. Also hit a batter, so 6 free bases. That one's tapped foul just to the left of the Rotors dugout. 1, 2, 3 of the 5 runs that scored were freebies. 2 walks and a hit batter. And Drew Robertson and Josh Seiler, who collected base hits, also have scored. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a breaking pitch on the inside corner, and down goes Strange. That's 2 batters who've gone up there and gone down looking. Just don't see the urgency with 2 strikes from some of these guys that to guard the plate up. I'm not sure what the thought process is. Pitch definitely close enough to swing at with 2 strikes as Jared White steps up and swings at the first pitch he sees. Fouls it off to the left side of the AAA Auto Glass foul ball. That pitch misses outside. You weren't with me at the beginning of the game. These teams have met 15 times in 2021 and 2022. Rhythm 12-3 against the Railroaders. Played 8 times. So that ball's lined out to left field. Jimmy Manzello right in the position to make the catch, and there is the first 1-2-3 inning for the Rotors. No runs, nobody left on base. Zeros on the board in the fourth. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, 5-0. Full count lead. You're listening to the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Top of the order for the Rotors here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tazos Foster, Bennett Detrude, and Jackson Norris. Carson Howard out on the mound, breaking pitch high to Foster. Foster grounded out to first base in his first plate appearance. Hat taps that one down third base line. The third base coach, I assume that's Hayden Tapper, the head coach for the Rotors, will make that play. Throw left-handed over to Carson Howard. 1-1 to Foster. Misses low and inside. Hello to Rick and Trish Howard, who are probably listening to the broadcast. I don't think they're here. I haven't seen them. Drive down the right field line, but it's deep enough, but foul down that right field line. So a loud strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes as Drew Robertson playing over into right center field. That ball's lifted high in the air. Levi Perrell out, Drew Robertson in, and Drew will come in and catch it for out number 1. High in the air, but very shallow center field. Bennett Detrude struck out looking in the first inning. And he'll look at a called strike on the outside corner. Pitch low and outside in the dirt. Aiden Napier behind the plate, getting his second start of the year. Did come in relief. That foul ball off to the left side. Hits off the screen. Detrude came into the ball game hitting .250. Had 3 hits and 12 official plate appearances, 1 double. He has 6 RBIs. Tapper, that will go foul. Josh Carman will come out of the Rhythm dugout to make that play. One, 2. As Bennett Detrude is putting the bat on the ball, just not between the lines. Railroaders lead the OVL in the first week of the season with a .295 batting average. DuBois County second at .280. The Rhythm all the way down at the bottom with a .145, but getting out of that slump today with 5 hits thus far and their 5 runs. First 4 innings. hoping those bats are coming alive. Another ground ball to the right side. Nix will get over, glove, and underhand flip to Carson Howard. Looked like Bennett Detrude may have twisted his left ankle a bit on that play, trying to beat that slow roller out. But he's jogging off the field. We want to pack the lineup with left-handed hitters here, no question, with that very short fence to right field. But this young man, I would assume his 2 home runs in that first home game, I'm pretty sure they were here. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Carson Howard ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. It's grounded just down to the Rotor's dugout. Yes, his 2 home runs were against the Clarksville Whirlybirds in their 20-1 victory. That was in game 2. That was right after Clarksville came into full count and won 6-0 in game 1 of their history. And then in game 2, they lost 20-1. But Clarksville is 2-2 on the season. Fulton Railroaders 3-1. Paducah leads the South Division. There's a ground ball up the middle. Carson Howard will finally get it in his glove, and he'll return the favor to Caleb Nix with an underhand flip for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Carson Howard. It's getting to be a ho-hum game for him. He's pitching well here against the leading hitting team in the Ohio Valley League. After 4 innings, he has faced 12 batters. 5-0, we're headed to the 5th. You're listening to the Rhythm Broadcast Network.
Whatever your destination in life, you can get there easier with a checking account from F&M Bank. At F&M, our checking accounts give you the tools you need to manage your money well, like our smart free checking account that's actually free, because sometimes the basics are more than enough. Making lives better by making banking easier. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com. F&M Bank. Banking made easy. On purpose. Member FDIC.
Slim Chickens makes it easy to feed your hungry crowd. Fresh hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, and all the southern sides made fresh for you. It's easy. Just order on the Slim's app or website and leave everything to us. You can get it delivered right to your door. Any party, any size. Slim's has your crowd covered. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Caleb Nix leads off here in the top of the 5th inning, facing Angel Brodell. Swings and lines that one down that right field line, but it will go foul into the front yard of house right across the street. Need to get that one up and a little bit farther over, Caleb Nix. And a little slower pitch there as Nix could not hold up on that breaking pitch from Brodell. Nix 0 for 1, struck out and walked. Batting here in the top of the 5th inning, breaking pitch just missed. That's one of those pitches right there that you can't be upset if you get rung up on that one. That's close enough to call a strike. It's close enough to swing out on 0-2. 1-2 pitch now from Brodell. And that one's a called strike. The other one would have been easier to get to for Caleb Nix, but he goes down looking. That's 3 backwards Ks in the book for Angel Brodell. He's got that breaking pitch on the outside corner working. So strikeout number 3, and Aiden Napier steps to the plate. He's also struck out looking and grounded out the second. 0 for 2. Broken bat, ground ball to third base. Cloud up with it over to Garrett for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Ethan Huddleston looking for a hit here. He's 0 for 2. He's got a ground out to third and a strikeout. Looking to get a 2-out rally started. Having a slow start, as a lot of these rhythm hitters are with the stick. At transition from aluminum to wood can take just a little bit to find that sweet spot. There's a breaking pitch. Called a strike. Huddleston with a little shake of the head. And the throwback from the catcher, one hops the pitcher. Brodell with an 0-2. Slider misses away. Emery Ray with stand up and throw that one back. Make sure that one gets up where Brodell can handle it. 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 5-0. Full count leads. Fly ball out to right field. If it's high enough, it's gone, and that is foul. Just foul. It got up and over, but one of those slices. Not a fade, but a slice. That's how I used to golf. I just call that a really, really sharp fade. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes as Huddleston flirted with the first home run of the season for full count. Ground ball down to Caleb Abney. He attempted to make that play, and did not. Didn't even get a glove on it or a hand. So some people would say you don't give a man an error because he didn't get a glove on it. But if he should have had it, that's an error in my book. And Caleb, you should have had it. Just no effort. 1-2 pitch driven high in the air to left field. This will be playable for Jimmy Manzella. He'll come in and make the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Angel Brodell and the Fulton Railroaders. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Full count leads 5-0.
Whatever your destination in life, you can get there easier with a checking account from F&M Bank. At F&M, our checking accounts give you the tools you need to manage your money well, like our smart free checking account that's actually free. Because sometimes the basics are more than enough, making lives better by making banking easier. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com. F&M Bank, banking made easy on purpose. Member FDIC.
Slim Chickens makes it easy to feed your hungry crowd. Fresh hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, and all the southern sides made fresh for you. It's easy. Just order on the Slim's app or website and leave everything to us. You can get it delivered right to your door. Any party, any size. Slim's has your crowd covered. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Carson Howard back for inning number 5. Have to check and see what his longest outing as a rhythm player is here shortly. His one and only start last year, I think, was a 2-inning outing. He is now in inning number 5. First pitch he delivers to Jimmy Manzella, the left fielder. Down low. Manzella from Montevallo. Grounded out to Ethan Huddleston at second base, who is heading to Montevallo in August after 3 years at Vol State. As that one snagged by Carson Howard And he will collect his second assist in a row. And is that his third? No, it's his second assist. He's got 2 putouts at first base as well. Nice play. Huddleston was about to be tested again on that ground ball up the middle. Jackson Garrett, first baseman, steps in. He had the most entertaining at bat so far. He had a pop-up right in front of the plate that Aiden Napier could not make a play on. It fell. That ball's fouled off. But Garrett, seeing that ball drop, he tried to get down to second base, but Aiden Napier picked it up and it appeared to double or triple clutch. I think he was very surprised that Garrett was even thinking about going to second base. He throws down to Levi Perrell and nails Garrett head first, sliding into second base for the out. So that was a single, broke up the no-hitter, but the string of consecutive batters retired as that ball is grounded to Huddleston at second base. And he'll throw on to Nix to retire Garrett. That is now 14 straight batters retired. So Garrett has stepped on first base safely, but was retired trying to stretch that infield pop-up into a double. Everybody else has been retired. Emery Wright, the catcher, steps in. He grounded out to second base as well. Fastball in there for a called strike. Emery Wright, Tennessee Tech. Hometown is Knoxville, Tennessee. Fastball low and inside. After the first 2 innings, or top of the first 2 innings, this game's gone pretty quickly. Swing and a miss. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, stay tuned after the game for the Music City Fire and Sprinkler Player of the Game. And right now, Carson Howard is putting his name in the hat, and he'll get it called. 3rd strike. That will be another 1, 2, 3 inning. 3rd strikeout for Carson Howard, and that's 15 up and 15 down after the out recorded on the base paths. We're through 5, scheduled for 9, 5-0, full count leads.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
This is home. So is this. And this. But home isn't just the stunning views or the rugged beauty. It's what you make of it. It's a place for joy and peace. A safe haven where memories are made. It's all of these things. Home is a feeling, and it's created by the people around you. This region is home, and we're so proud to be a part of it.
Tim Reeves back in Fulton, Kentucky, where Emery Wright has just gotten in there behind the plate after ending the bottom of the 5th inning. Takes 1 pitch from Angel Brodell and throws it down to second base. Headed to the top of the 6th inning. 9, 1, and 2 due up for full count here in the top of the 6th inning. Levi Perrell walked and scored and grounded out to the first baseman. And a strike called on that left-handed batter's box. Swing and a miss. Pitch, it came in a little bit closer to that, whatever that shape is. The home plate is not a square, a cutoff square, 0-2, and that sails over the head of Perrell. I assume he's got a girlfriend. He's a good-looking young man, and sure, she's pretty happy that that didn't ruin the face as he chokes up with 2 strikes. He'll foul that one off to the right side. Don't hear that they have a foul ball sponsor, but they do have a nice little array of sounds. We have a AAA Autoglass foul ball sponsor, thanks to Dylan Doris. And there's a pitch that's been called a strike today, but not this time. Ball 2. Carson Howard with 5 great innings. Somebody is getting loose down in the Rhythm bullpen now. Pop up to the right side, that will get out of play. Carson Howard had a start back in July last year at the end of the year, 2 innings up in Paducah. Or actually, it wasn't up in Paducah, it was at home. Another foul ball off to the right side. 2 innings is the most that he has thrown, at least in the regular season. See if I pulled that information for the postseason for Carson. I knew I messed up with Spencer Wilkins the other day. That pitch nearly hits Perrell as well. A little bit lower on the body, though. Would have just been a bruise. Carson Howard did pitch in the postseason, but it was a relief appearance. And he went 3 innings in that relief appearance, got the win. Give up 1 hit, no runs, struck out 7 batters. That was a playoff game against Franklin. 3-2 pitches, grounded to short. It's going to be a tough play to get Perrell as he runs well, and he will beat that 2-hopper out for his first hit of the year on a full count. Ministries full count, so no on the full count first pitch foul ball, but a yes to an infield single for Levi Perrell. Maybe that'll get the monkey off of his back. He is now 1 for 12 on the season. So leadoff batter on for the first time since the 2nd inning. Drew Robertson steps in. First pitch he sees, a strike called. Throw over to first base. Perrell back in time, and he will steal some bases. And there he goes. Pitch is a ball low and outside. Wright had no chance to get Perrell. Perrell's 2nd stolen base of the year. Robertson called strike on a pitch. Well, I put the ball up there thinking there's no way. But they did, in fact, call that a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch low and inside, blocked by Wright. Perrell will stay put. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perrell had 21 stolen bases in 23 attempts a year ago for the Rhythm. With Catawba this past spring, he was 25 of 32. He hit .326 for Catawba this spring. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop bobbles and will not be able to make a play. That will be an E6, although it may have been a tough play to get Robertson on a slow roller, but the scoreboard here does not indicate hits or errors. But I would assume that's going to be an error, putting runners now at first and third. Runners at the corners, brought to you by CrossFit Hendersonville. Cooper Holbrook, ground ball to third. They're going to go to second and on to first. That's a 5-4-3 double play with Perrell staying put at third base. That erases Robertson at first base. So a one pitch that gets 2 outs. Just what the doctor ordered for Angel Brodell. And that brings Josh Seiler to the plate. The DH, he's 2 for 3. 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Brodell a pitch away from getting out of this inning. 2 runners on and nobody out. Now gone 2-0 to Seiler with Walker Strange on deck. Thanks for joining us on the Rhythm Broadcast Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. That little slider gets in there for a called strike. Go to Gabi Perrell. Griffin Shelton, former high school teammate of Levi Perrell's, checking in. I think there were several pitchers that stayed back tonight, was helping with Long Hollow Church's Kids Con, their version of Vacation Bible School, as Full Count Ministries is their mission effort, at least for the preschool, I know. 3-1 pitch to Josh Seiler, catches the outside corner for a called strike, brings us to a Full Count Ministries full count. I don't have my official scorer, Ken Stegall, here to help me to make sure I stay up on it. Here's the 3-2 pitch at the shins, called strike 3. This is starting to border on the ridiculous. Another caught looking. And no runs, 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm have a Hempill Brothers call to the bullpen as Carson Howard has been taken out of the ball game after 5 innings of 1 hit, no run baseball. Aaron Hash on in relief from Bellarmine University. He's from Campbellsville, Kentucky, 6 foot, 200-pound rising junior. Son of Garen and Tammy Hash, brother to Austin and grandson of Mimi and Poppy in Campbellsville, Kentucky. He is staying at the host home of his uncle and aunt, Todd and Beth Cox. Aaron is on for his second appearance for Full Count. He went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, a run. It was earned, struck out 3. This is his second venture into the Ohio Valley League, as a year ago he pitched in 4 games with the Hoptown Hoppers. He had 3 starts, 22 innings. Ended up, I believe, finishing his season because of an injury. And he will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Rotors lineup. First pitch he delivers is outside for ball 1. Diego Duque struck out in the second, batting from the left side. As I said, with the short porch in right field, you want to fill your lineup with lefties. This is at least the 4th lefty that I've seen in there. Edinburgh, Texas. He waves a pitch low and outside. Comes up empty. Thank Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, our title sponsor. And coincidentally, title sponsor for the Full Count Rhythm. Swing and a miss, and Hash tires the first batter he sees on strikes. We'll bring to the plate Drew Baskin, who grounded out first to pitcher in the second inning. Carson Howard faced the minimum batters in his 5 innings of work. Only had 3 strikeouts, did not walk or hit a batter. And the only hit he gave up went about 15 feet, just outside of the dirt circle, probably about where you see the batter's helmet if you were to draw a line from the camera to the field. That's about where that hit. Aiden Napier had trouble trying to get dialed into that pop-up, and it fell harmlessly, but Jackson Garrett, the first baseman, apparently tried to turn that 15-foot screaming pop-up into a double and was retired by Napier down to Levi Perrell. Other than that, it's been take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. Let's go in and hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. It's a pop-up off to the right side. Nicks over, and that will get off the wooden structure that's just on the other side of the bullpen and bounce back to Caleb Dix. He'll catch it, but we're not playing arena baseball. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Baskin from Willamette University. I'm going to have to figure out. I'm guessing it's in California because every one of these guys, there's a shot down the first base line, and that's a fair ball, says a home plate umpire, but the base umpire says fair ball. There's a throw down to second, and they will tag him out. So there's another single and an out, as the first base umpire is now going to chat with the home plate umpire, and we have a disagreement. Home plate umpire is saying that's my call. First base umpire says that's my call. Look like, I'm not sure if the ball hit, if it hit in front of the bag, then it's the home plate umpire's call. If it hit on the other side of the bag, it's the first base umpire's call, and both of them ruled differently. Home plate umpire said it was a fair ball. Base umpire said it was a foul ball. The play continued, and the throw from right fielder Jared White to Levi Perrell retired the batter, Drew Baskin. And now the umpires will have a chat to determine what their ruling is going to be. So this is kind of one of those predicaments, although if you determine whose call it was, that's whose rule you should go to. And so Now they're going to come over and talk to, I assume, Josh Carmen. So this may not be going the way of the full count rhythm. They're probably going to call this a foul ball and let Drew Baskin step back up to the plate. Or, well, I don't know how they can let him have first base. You either have to put him back at the plate as a foul ball, or he has to be out at second base if it's a fair ball. There's no way that he can come back to first base. That doesn't make any sense. But the umpires, you can't see that are out of your screen there. Over here to the right, Josh Carmen is now walking back out with the home plate umpire. That usually means he does not agree with the assessment. So we'll see what's going to happen. All right, now Drew Baskin is coming back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're going to call it a foul ball. Okay, so at least that's makes sense. If in fact it was a foul ball, and it was very close. I couldn't tell here, but the guy that the ball was closest to called it foul. The guy who's at home plate called it fair. 2 balls, 2 strikes, swing, and a foul tip at the plate. Aaron Hash in relief of Carson Howard with his longest stint on the mound for the full count rhythm and probably maybe in his collegiate career. 2-2 pitch, 1 out. Popped out of play on the right side. This probably is the smallest crowd that I've seen at a Fulton Railroaders game since we've been coming here. Usually the parking lot is full. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and as some would say, the ball never lies, which I don't agree with, but Drew Baskins goes down swinging, and that's the 2nd consecutive strikeout for Aaron Hash. 3rd consecutive strikeout by Roaders batters. Fun time at the old ball yard. Aiden Cloud, the number 9 hitter, swings and fouls that one off. He's grounded out to third. His only plate appearance. Aiden Cloud, also from Montevallo, hometown of Rome, Georgia. 2nd-year player here with the Roaders. Pops that one up in the infield. And just on the other side of pitcher's mound, and Ethan Huddleston will come in and make the catch for another 1, 2, 3 inning. As rhythm pitchers trying to do what our alumni spotlight, our rhythm alumni spotlight, Luke Senard did, along with his teammates here in the very first game that Full Count ever played here 2 years ago. I'll tell you about that when we return on the Full Count Rhythm Baseball Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Top of the 7th we go. Walker Strange, Jared White, Caleb Nix due up for the Rhythm, who scored 5 runs in the first 2 innings. And other than just 2 singles, have not threatened again against Angel Brodell, is on for inning number 5. First pitch to Walker Strange as he straightens up. with I can't believe that one's called a strike. At this point, guys, you should just realize that about anything thrown up there, as long as it's not in the dirt or over your head, probably going to be called a strike, just like that one. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes to Walker Strange, who walked in his first plate appearance. Has struck out in 2nd and 4th innings, batting here in the top of the 7th inning. It started just an hour and 40 minutes ago, threatening to be a 2-hour game. Low and outside, nice right where Emery Wright was set up for ball 1. So today's alumni spotlight brought to you by Pizza Ranch, located in Hendersonville, Tennessee. A pizza and fried chicken buffet as Strange swings and misses at a breaking pitch. Low and outside. 5th strikeout for Brodell. Chris Eglin, the owner of Pizza Ranch, and Beth Kopman, the GM, general manager, had a boatload of people there from Full Count today as Jared White swings and misses. Hope to meet Chris tomorrow. Met Beth today. There's a breaking pitch, going to be called a strike. Angel Brodell is coming in and dealing here to Full Count Rhythm. 0-2 pitch to the left-handed hitting right fielder. Taps that one foul to the on-deck circle where Caleb Nix will bend down there and make a play. So our Full Count Rhythm alumni spotlight tonight is Luke Sennard, who's a right-handed pitcher. Pitched both in 2021 and 2022 for the Rhythm. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Jared White will head down to first base, but Wright will throw to Garrett for out number 2. Luke Sennard from Beach High School. First couple of years at Station Camp. 6'8" right-hander, and he's the son of Craig Sennard, who owns Dudat Communications and is a sponsor for Full Count Rhythm as well as Volunteer State Community College Baseball. As a breaking pitch to Nix for a called strike. I may not be able to get this spotlight in if I don't hurry up here in the top of the 7th inning. Luke Sennard pitched for the very first time for the Rhythm right here at this ballpark, and he threw 5 innings. Make sure I got that right. Did he pitch 5 or 6? Struck out 15. He pitched 6 innings, had to. Struck out 15 batters, and the Rhythm won 8-0. Nick's able to hold up on that pitch. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was the first road victory for Full Count Rhythm in 2021. Swing and a miss. We'll have to carry the spotlight over as the Rhythm go down on strikes. 7 strikeouts now by Brodell, and we will stretch here at Low House Field. 5-0.
Whatever your destination in life, you can get there easier with a checking account from F&M Bank. At F&M, our checking accounts give you the tools you need to manage your money well, like our smart free checking account that's actually free. Because sometimes the basics are more than enough. Making lives better by making banking easier. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com. F&M Bank. Banking made easy. On purpose. Member FDIC.
Slim Chickens makes it easy to feed your hungry crowd. Fresh hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, and all the southern sides made fresh for you. It's easy. Just order on the Slim's app or website and leave everything to us. You can get it delivered right to your door. Any party, any size. Slim's has your crowd covered. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back at Low House Field in Fulton, Kentucky, where the Rhythm have a 5-0 lead as the scoreboard has gone out. Have to recreate that here at the field. But after the only thing on the scoreboard that's worth noting is 2 runs in the top of the first and 3 runs in the top of the second. Only 5 runs and only 1 hit for the Rotors. As Aaron Hash back out on the mound to face 1, 2, and 3 as Foster squares around a bunt, pulls back on the pitch on the inside portion. Hash pitches from the stretch and now gone 2 balls and no strikes. Hayden Napier allows the home plate umpire to go pick that ball up. Guess he must have thought that the on-deck batter, who's about 90 feet away, would come over and get that one, but home plate umpire is about 10 feet away. There's a pitch in there for a called strike. So we'll continue our Pizza Ranch alumni spotlight of Luke Sennard. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, no walks, 15 strikeouts in a game that ends up getting the win. And there's another ground ball back to the pitcher. He'll run it halfway over to Caleb Nix and make the toss for out number 1. So another ground out to the pitcher. Bennett Detrude will step in. Peyton Sells and Jackson Benjamin, who is on the squad. Jackson Benjamin in for his 3rd year, also pitched in that game. Sells went 2 innings, no hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Jackson Benjamin gave up a hit, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So that ball's grounded down the third base line. Going to be a tough play for Walker Strange. And that will be a bunt base hit for Bennett Detrude. There's going to be the first base runner that will actually stay on base after a hit, second hit of the ball game. First time we put a yellow box and fill it in for the Rotors here in the bottom of the 7th. So Rhythm struck out 22 batters that night en route to an 8-0 win. Luke Sennard now pitching for Indiana, just finished up as they concluded their season after losing to Kentucky in the regional. Luke Sennard started his first year at Western Kentucky. Runner starts to go and holds up. Pitch called a ball. Sennard struck out 114 batters this year, which set an Indiana record that was initially set in 1934 and then tied in 2009. And he beat that record in the start that he had in the regional. He went 2 innings and then ended up hearing or feeling a pop in his arm, ended up coming out of the game. And that's a game that Indiana won. 3 balls, no strikes. Hash induces a pop-up into shallow center field. Back goes Perrell, on comes Robertson, and Drew will make the catch at the grass for out number 2. A nice play by Drew Robertson with a man at first base. That brings up Jimmy Manzella. That was Jackson Norris. So Jimmy Manzella steps in. Luke Sennard led Indiana pitching. Another fly ball off to the right side that will pop up out of play off behind the Rhythm dugout. Sennard tied with 6 wins He had the most starts, the most innings, the most hits given up, the most home runs given up, the most runs given up. Walked the most with 25, but struck out 114 batters. 109 was the previous mark. So an excellent season for the 6'8" right-hander from Hendersonville, Tennessee, and the two-time Rhythm player. They got that runner picked off at first base. He was leaning, and apparently the tag was too slow on the arm of Bennett Detrude because he was toast over there at first base. Not sure why you'd be trying to steal here in the bottom of the 7th, down 5 runs, but a 1-1 count. He stays still and pitched down and away for ball 2. Hash trying to leave that runner on base for the very first time in the ball game, as through the first 6 innings, 18 batters up and 18 batters down. There's a pitch on the inside corner for a called strike to Jimmy Manzella, the left fielder. So Luke Sennard is the Pizza Ranch Alumni Spotlight for Full Count Rhythm. Excellent pitcher for Full Count. Swing and a miss, and Hash gets another strikeout. That is 3 in the ball game for Aaron Hash. No runs, 1 hit. It was a bunt hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 7, scheduled for 9, 5-0. Full Count Rhythm lead.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back for the top of the 8th inning here at Fulton, Kentucky. Riding solo without my partner Zach Williams for the first time all year. We'll be back at Drakes Creek Park tomorrow night for the start of a nice homestand. First pitch swinging is Aiden Napier here in not the end of the 7th, but in the top of the 8th. Get that moved over thanks to those of you that have checked in on Facebook, Twitter, and the YouTube channel. Breaking pitch just stayed inside. Napier 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the year. There's a breaking pitch on the outside corner that he started to go and did not. Held up, but called strike on the outside corner. Aiden Trevecca Nazarene player from Lipscomb Academy in Nashville, Tennessee. Starts again to go, but holds up on that breaking pitch in the dirt. They'll check down at first base. He did not go. Swing and a miss. Down goes Napier. 8th strikeout for Angel Brodell, who did not start the game, came in relief of Eli Prince in the 3rd inning, and he has been lights out for the Rotors. Ethan Huddleston steps in. He's 0 for 3 as well, looking for a base knock or 2. Maybe a double. We're looking for a dudette double. He flirted with the first home run of the year on his last at-bat. Hit one over the fence down that right field line, but it just twisted foul. Swings at the first pitch in AAA autoglass foul ball. 0-1 pitch. Misses low and away. Hello to Shannon Zettel, Ethan's mom, and Dan Zettel, his stepdad, Noah, big brother, who are watching back in Gallatin. Swinging a foul tip. Huddleston, 5'11", 190-pound redshirt junior. There's a Pap and a Mamaw in Gallatin and a Meemaw also in Hendersonville area. That pitch will hit Ethan Huddleston, and he will head down to first base as a one-out base runner. Second hit batter of the game by Rotors pitching. Levi Perrell steps to the plate. It's the first hit batter for Angel Brodell. He came on in the third, gave up an infield single in the third, and then retired 7 straight before giving up another infield single to Levi Perrell, who is now up to the plate and has a swing and a miss from Levi. Grand Nora Sills watching in Starkville, Mississippi. There's a soft line drive over the head of second baseman Drew Baskin, and had a crazy bounce out there as Jackson Norris had a little trouble with that, but that's a single for Levi Perrell, so he is now 2 for 3. Not especially hard hit, but he's hit some hard already this year, I'm sure, and they did not find safety. Now, runners at first and second, and Drew Robertson, hottest hitter for the Rhythm, but he pops that one up out to left field. That will probably get out of your viewing area, but Jimmy Manzella will get over there to make the catch for out number 2. Robertson swings at the first pitch and is retired. Cooper Holbrook stepping in. Grounded into a 5-4-3 double play with runners at the corners in the 6th. 0 for 3 with a run scored after being hit by a pitch in the first inning. Full count. Scored 2 in the first on 1 hit. Left the bases loaded. Could have been a bigger inning, but Eli Prince struck out 6, 7, and 8 batters in the lineup. And that pitch is, we used to say, boxed by the catcher. It's going to be a pass ball. I'm assuming that Emery Wright was crossed up on that pitch as he goes out to talk to Angel Brodell, but it'll have to be a pass ball. And that will put Huddleston at third and Levi Perrell at second base with 2 outs. Holbrook, and if he can reach Josh Seiler, is sitting there on deck. Holbrook, 3 home runs a year ago. He's a second-year player with the Rhythm. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. And the count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Not sure when Cooper's brother Reese will be arriving. He hits one softly over the shortstop's head. That gets down into the grass. That will score 2, so the pass ball as it stands right now, a costly error and a 2-out knock for Cooper Holbrook. So he drives in 2 more And that will bring head coach, I believe, Hayden Tapper out of the dugout. That might be the end of the day, and it will be. So we'll have a pitching change here in the top of the 8th inning, as Full Count is now taking a touchdown lead over the Fulton Railroaders. We'll be back after this short break on the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here at Pizza Ranch, our research tells us kids love our buffet. All right, kids, to recap, your favorite things about eating at Pizza Ranch: pizza, chicken leg. Wait, who said pudding plate? Joey, what's a pudding plate?
It's a plate full of pudding.
Carl, put it on the board. Kids love Pizza Ranch, and parents love that kids eat free on Tuesday nights.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
I think this kid is onto something.
New pitcher on for the Railroaders, number 24, right-hander Brady Malkow, M-A-L-K-O-W, from the University of Wisconsin Whitewater, hometown Broadhead, Wisconsin. They've got some players from all over the place here at Fulton, Kentucky. He comes in with 2 outs and a runner at first. 2 runs in the inning. A 2-out, 2-run single by Cooper Holbrook. And now Josh Seiler steps in. Face the new pitcher, comes right over the top and catches that outside corner. It must have whispered at that outside corner. Cooper Holbrook's first 2 RBIs, and he's running on that play. No throw down, as that pitch was way outside. So a stolen base for Holbrook. Now another runner in scoring position, and Josh Seiler, when that's happened, has typically driven him in. He definitely has driven him in the first 2 innings, as he could not hold up with that swing. And now down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He had an RBI single in the first and an RBI single in the second. Now looking at a 1-2 count with Holbrook. A huge lead. Throw down to third base, and Holbrook standing at third. He had a tremendous jump. Pitch was a ball. Now a 2 ball, 2 strike count. So 2 stolen bases for Holbrook has him standing at third base. 2 outs, and Seiler had to duck out of the way of that one. We'll get to a Full Count Ministries full count. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, but a strike 3 swinging as Malkow comes in and shuts the door. 2 runs on 2 hits. The error on the pass ball does not show on the scoreboard, but it is an unearned run as 1 runner's left on base. They head to the bottom of the 8th. Full Count leads 7-0. You're watching the...
Whatever your destination in life, you can get there easier with a checking account from F&M Bank. At F&M, our checking accounts give you the tools you need to manage your money well, like our smart free checking account that's actually free. Because sometimes the basics are more than enough. Making lives better by making banking easier. Come see us at one of our branches or online at myfmbank.com. F&M Bank, Banking made easy. On purpose. Member FDIC.
Slim Chickens makes it easy to feed your hungry crowd. Fresh hand-breaded tenders, perfectly fried wings, and all the southern sides made fresh for you. It's easy. Just order on the Slim's app or website and leave everything to us. You can get it delivered right to your door. Any party, any size. Slim's has your crowd covered. Download the Slim Chickens app to order and earn rewards.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hemp Hill Brothers call to the bullpen. Juan Anderson on in relief of Aaron Hash. Juan Anderson, 6'1", 205-pound left-hander. Rising junior at Georgia Southwestern from Miami Gardens, Florida. Transfer from the University of the Cumberlands. Son of Juan and Annabelle Anderson. Staying in the host home of Eric and Gay Sutley along with his Hurricane teammate Jordan Walden. He is on in relief of Aaron Hash. He goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit. It was a bunt single, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and we'll have a pinch hitter here for Jackson Garrett. Have to see his number. Number 9, Kylan Hornbuckle from Carson Newman. From the right side, as Full Count has put in the left-hander. Seven to nothing as Full Count got a couple of insurance runs there in the top of the 8th inning. Kylan Hornbuckle. Pinch hitting for Jackson Garrett. I would assume he'll go in at first base. He squares the bunt. Anderson unable to find the plate. Anderson's second appearance. There is 4 wide ones. Hornbuckle with a hard 90 down to first base. It's the first walk of the game by a rhythm pitcher. Carson Howard went 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 3 strikeouts. Aaron Hash, 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. Now Emery Wright, the catcher, steps in. He's 0 for 2. There's another pitch out of the zone. And this will precipitate a mound visit from pitching coach Tyler Sills. Brought to you by, let's see, who can we? Nothing Bunt Cake. How about that, Jeremy Todd and Pam Teller? They're one of our many sponsors for the Full Count Rhythm. Nothing Bunt Cake. If you don't like a Nothing Bunt Cake, then you just don't like fun. Those things are absolutely delicious. They show up at about every, I guess, Full Count Ministries banquet on an annual basis. And at the end, when the cleanup time is, that's the scramble by everybody who's cleaning up, is to see how many of those Nothing Bunt Cakes they can stick in their pocket. Mound visit over. Juan Anderson at the stretch and delivers. There's an 0 for 1 Zach Williams on the mound visit on a strike. That is ball 2. Anderson looking to put ball over the plate, throwing hard, but his towards is not working tonight. That's 7 straight out of the zone. Rotors batting here in the bottom of the 8th. And now have 2 runners on with nobody out. I can see that there's action in the bullpen, but I can't see who the pitcher is. I can see that the catcher, but the dugout blocks the view from the press box area here. I don't know if we got a pinch hitter here or not. It doesn't look like Diego Duque. Have to wait for the batter to turn around. There is the 9th ball. Garner Anderson steps in. He's pinch hitting for Diego Duque. Throw down at first base, and Caleb Nix will make the catch, but not be able to make a tag. And that is ball 10. Number 1, Garner Anderson, pinch hitting for Diego Duque. There's a called strike. That's what it feels like, Juan. Ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. Garner Anderson playing at University of Tennessee Martin. He's from Martin, Tennessee. Returning player. There's a ball in the dirt blocked by Aiden Napier, but that is ball 4. That might spell the end of the night for Juan Anderson. Whoever it is, if they're ready in the bullpen, as I see Josh Carmen just step out of the dugout, but he's encouraging Juan Anderson, so he will not go get him. As Drew Baskin will step in. So 3 straight walks to start the bottom of the 8th, and there's a called strike. Let's see if the Rhythm can turn their first triple play in Rhythm history. Drew Baskin 0 for 2. Baskin came in with 1 hit in 7 plate appearances. He's now 1 for 9. Juan Anderson hoping to make him 1 for 10 as that pitch misses outside. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Ball 3. Todd Neal says nothing but cakes rock. He doesn't know, at least the last several months, he's lost about 50 pounds. Strike called on the outside corner. That one just catches the river there. Bring us to a Full Count Ministries full count. Anderson faced 4 batters in that 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, but retired the other 3. There's a full count, first pitch, foul ball, our first one of the night. I've got 1 for 2. It might be 1 for 3. I'm sure Ken Stegall is not scoring at home. And I have not turned on Game Changer here. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. And down goes Baskin for the first out. Rhythm needed that, and so did Juan Anderson. And now the conventional double play, a dudette double play, is in order. Juan Anderson calling in the prescription. Aiden Cloud, who's 0 for 2, steps in, the number 9 hole hitter. He throws one over the head. In comes the runner. The play at the plate is not in time. A wild pitch will score the first run for the Railroaders. Very, very short backstop here, but Kylan Hornbuckle was on the hop as soon as he saw that one go over the head of both Aiden Napier and the home plate umpire. Now runners are at second and third, so the conventional double play not in order here. So 2 balls to Aiden Cloud. 7-1 lead for full count here in the bottom of the 8th. There's a strike called. Sometimes you just find a mound you're not comfortable with, or a field, whatever, but whatever it is, not to the liking of Juan Anderson. As the bunt is laid down, Juan Anderson's got a chance to flip and flip to catcher Aiden Napier to get Emery Wright at the plate. So that is out number 2. And runners are at the corners. Emery Wright is out 1-2. That's bunt was right back to Juan Anderson. So Garner Anderson on at third base and Aiden Cloud at first. 2 outs. There's a pitch that gets by, but a throw down to second. He was trying to fake a throw to second base. And the ball came out of his hand, out of Aiden Napier's hand. And thankfully it went right to Walker Strange, the third baseman. So Anderson could not advance from third base. But Cloud moves to second on the wild pitch. A lot going on up here. Tazos Foster, the leadoff batter, shortstop, 0 for 3 at the plate now. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at second and third. 1 run in, 2 outs. Anderson nearly hits Foster with that pitch. Anderson throwing hard, but not dialed into the strike zone yet. And I would venture to say if Foster reaches here, that looks like whoever was warming in the bullpen is ready. There's a strike right down the can. On deck, scheduled is Bennett Detrude. 3-1 pitch coming from Juan Anderson. There's a swing and a miss. Brings us to a Full Count Ministries full count. Remember to stay tuned after the game for the Music City Fire and Sprinkler player of the game and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. 3-2 pitch coming to Tazos Foster, and that will be inside. Looked like it hit his sleeve. Napier able to get over there and collect it before the runner could come in, but the base is now loaded once again. That is the 4th walk of the inning by Juan Anderson, and out of the dugout comes Josh Carmen, and that will undoubtedly end the night for Juan Anderson. Well, the Hemphill brothers call to the bullpen when we return after this short break.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hemphill brothers call to the bullpen. Luke Elmore on for the Full Count Rhythm in relief of Juan Anderson. Elmore from Lenore-Rhine University, 6'1", 205-pound right-hander. He's a redshirt sophomore upcoming from Greensboro, North Carolina. Son of Brad and Laney Elmore, brother to Andrew, grandson of Papa Bob and Gaga in Martinsville, Virginia, and Poppy and Nana in Greensboro, North Carolina. Tough outing for Juan Anderson. He goes 2/3 of an inning, does not allow a hit. Does allow one run, and all three runners on base are his responsibility. 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Full Count has 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning and are 1 pitch away from getting out of further trouble. And that is on the shoulders of Luke Elmore to deliver strikes, and then the other 8 players on the field to deliver the out. Bennett Detrude, the center fielder, who is 1 for 3 at a bunt single in the 7th. Stepping to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Luke Elmore on for his 2nd appearance. He delivers one in there and swung on it, fouled off. AAA auto glass foul ball. In his 1 inning of work, he struck out 2 batters, did not give up a hit or a run. But he did hit 2 batters. So we need some strikes here. There's 2 strikes in a row, swing and a miss. Oh, 0-2 pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. That's not going to make too many people in the stands here happy, but Full Count Rhythm fans are happy as Luke Elmore comes in and strikes out. Bennett Detrude, 1 run on no hits, no errors, 3 runners left on. We're headed to the 9th. Full Count leads 7-1. You are watching the Full Count Rhythm Broadcast Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nervous pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Here at Pizza Ranch, our research tells us kids love our buffet. All right, kids, to recap, your favorite things about eating at Pizza Ranch: pizza, chicken leg. Wait, who said pudding plate? Joey, what's a pudding plate?
It's a plate full of pudding.
Carl, put it on the board. Kids love Pizza Ranch, and parents love that kids eat free on Tuesday nights.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
I think this kid is onto something.
Head to the top of the 9th inning. Walker Strange will step in as a leadoff batter with a 7-1 lead. He will face Brady Malkow, who came on and struck out the only batter he faced in the top of the 8th inning. Walker Strange looking for his first hit of the ball game, and first pitch he sees is a called strike. New first baseman is Kylan Hornbuckle, who pinch hit for Jackson Garrett. Strange walked in the first and has struck out in his next 3 plate appearances, looking to avoid the golden sombrero. Now 2 straight outside the zone from Malkow. Just past 9 o'clock here Central Time. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Sorry I'm not giving too many shout outs tonight. As my man Zach Williams can attest to, there's a lot of spinning plates, a lot of balls in the air when we're doing these broadcasts. Keep adding things, and now we're going to talk about a full count first pitch foul ball on a Full Count Ministries full count. If Walker Strange swings and fouls it off. And he will do that. Caleb Abney, the third base coach, makes the play. Our second full count first pitch foul ball. Several players tonight with 2 hits for the ball game. Levi Perel with 2 knocks, Josh Seiler and Drew Robertson with knocks. Walker Strange will book in those 3 strikeouts with another walk to lead off the inning. First walk by Malkow, and that will bring Jared White to the plate. He's 1 for 3. 3 RBIs. If this ends the way it is right now, it'll be probably the first game with no home runs hit here in a ball game when full count played here. Very first home run in full count history was hit in this ballpark in the first inning of that 8-0 game, which was game 3 of Rhythm history, and it was hit by an incoming freshman at that time to Vanderbilt. We had 3 incoming freshmen. Cooper Holbrook was one of them. Ryan Ginther, who's at Vanderbilt. Actually, Cooper was last year. Runner goes, throws in the dirt, as well as the throw down to second base. So a stolen base by Walker Strange. Year number 1, we had Christian Smith, who hit that first home run. Ryan Ginther and who was the other? Oh, Kyle McGrons, who was the other incoming freshman. And then last year, Cooper Holbrook, incoming freshman. None this year. 2-1 pitch to White is high. Christian Smith from Atlanta, Georgia, left-handed hitting center fielder. He hit a moonshot over that right field fence for a 3-run home run in the first inning. White will look at strike 2. And well, the Full Count Ministries full count. And another full count first pitch foul ball. Coming on strong now. Michael Kelly says, let's go Luke. Luke Elmore. I assume Luke is staying at Mike's house. That ball's right back to the pitcher. Makes the play, looks the runner back at second base. Let's put him over there at second base. How about it? And a ground out 1-3 by Jared White. for the first out here in the top of the 9th inning. Caleb Nix steps in. He's 0 for 3. Like his fellow teammate at Lipscomb, Walker Strange, he's walked and struck out 3 times. See if the pattern continues, Zach Williams. See if he draws a walk. Although Full Count would like to see him get his arms extended on an outside pitch, drive one over the public safety building in right field. Rhythm still looking for their first long ball of the year. There's a disengagement, step off without a throw. Only allowed one of those per batter. Normally you see a base umpire that'll stick their hands out with one on it to indicate that that's a disengagement. Did not see that happen. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. It was low and outside. Nix's 2 hits came in 1 ball game. 0 for since then, and he just gets a piece of that one. Fouls it back to the screen. AAA Auto Glass. Foul ball. Big thanks to Dylan Doris and AAA Auto Glass for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball, along with Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's a fly ball down the right side, but it looks like it's going to be foul. The catch will not be made by the right fielder, Jackson Norris. He overran that ball. He was in the grass right before he got to the gravel warning track that is down that right field line. So the parking lot is off to the right on the other side of the Full Count Rhythm bullpen. And off to the left behind the third base dugout is a railroad track. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now goes to 2-2 as that breaking pitch released a little early. Stays high and inside. Luke Elmore is in fact staying at the home of Mike and Andrea Kelly. 2-2 pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. There is the golden sombrero. 4th strikeout. 2nd strikeout for Malkow, or Malkow, Malkow. 2 outs. Now with a runner at second and Aiden Napier up. Breaking pitch in the dirt, blocked by Emery Wright. So Jimmy Manzella still in left, Bennett Detrude in center, Jackson Norris in right. There's a pop-up with 2 outs. Back goes a shortstop, Tazos Foster. Wasn't sure he had it, but ends up looking in his glove, and there it was. So pop out to the shortstop for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Rhythm leading 7-1. You're watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Hey, I've been thinking, bank fees can seem pretty cruel. Well, they did until I went to Volunteer State Bank. I found a bank with a local personalized service and free checking. Yeah, may I present to you Kasasa. Now, it's kind of like my checking account is paying me instead of the other way around. Visit one of our 11 locations or anywhere you have a phone. Real people, real solutions, right here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Back for the bottom of the ninth inning, Luke Elmore still on the mound for the Rhythm. He will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Rotor lineup. Nathan Davenport texted in and said that Reese Holbrook is in Hendersonville or Sumner County and is getting settled in over at the Davenport residence, the home of Nathan and Becky Davenport. Reese Holbrook is Cooper's older brother by 1 year. Just finished his season at University of North Carolina. Another outfielder. I believe he's a left-handed hitter. Luke Elmore now gone 2 balls, no strikes to Jackson Norris, who's 0 for 3. Ground out, 2 ground outs and a fly out. Strike called. 7-1. Full Count looking to get their second win of the season against 3 losses. Elmore gets a swinging strike there. Luke Elmore, 6'1", 205-pound redshirt sophomore. Just checking. Don't remember if a 2-inning save, since you're going to face 6 batters, I think you can get a save coming in the 8th inning. Now the problem is he didn't face 3 batters in the 8th, but he did have 3 runners on base. So I think there's a chance he gets a save if he can close this one out, as that one's grounded foul past the Rhythm dugout. Carson Howard in line for the win. He went 5 innings and score was 5-0 when he left the ball game. Have to be a quick end of the game, as I have to pack up all this stuff and get on that bus, as Norris just gets a piece of it. We'll just go ahead and say the Music City Fire and Sprinkler player of the game is Carson Howard, who went 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs. That 1 hit was a 15-foot pop-up that fell right in front of the catcher. Another foul ball off to the left side. AAA auto glass foul ball. As see about 3 young boys here off to see if they can find that one in the trees. Carson Howard, our Music City Fire and Sprinkler player of the game. Fantastic outing, his longest as a Rhythm player, and it's his 2nd year with Full Count. Ground ball to short. Perrell up with it and over to Nix in the dirt, dug out nicely by Caleb Nix for out number 1. Jackson Norris ends up 0 for 4. Now batting Jimmy Manzella, who is also 0 for 3. And on deck should be Kylan Hornbuckle, who should have been our Jersey Mike's first sub of the game. He came in as a pinch hitter for Jackson Garrett. Last inning. First pitch misses inside to Manzella. That one misses high. There's a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike. Rhythm with 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, and then a 2 spot in the top of the 8th. Took a 7-0 lead and gave up 1 run in the bottom of the 8th. That ball's fisted off the fence. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Full Count Ministries mission team getting in some work over at Framework Athletics as Luke Elmore gets Manzella swinging for out number 2. It's his second strikeout. And the Rotors down to their last out. Kylan Hornbuckle, who walked and scored the only run of the game. He scored on a wild pitch. Steps to the plate. Brandon Jagger sent a picture. It's at a Rhythm viewing party and batting practice session for those that are going on mission. Jacob Oldham and I know Reed Glover are heading down on Sunday. I'm not sure if there's a team actually going on Sunday or they're just going ahead as Luke Elmore has just hit his 3rd batter of the year, putting a runner on at first base. And that's Kylan Hornbuckle's second at bat, but he still doesn't have an official at bat as he's walked and now been hit by a pitch. Emery Wright steps in. He also drew a walk in the 8th inning. A breaking pitch that didn't break enough. So Framework Athletics that's hosts the Full Count Rhythm players along with CrossFit Hendersonville. Also hosts the Full Count mission teams that will be heading down. I believe it's 2 in June and 3 in July. Could be just the opposite, but I think that's right. 25 to 30 guys each week. That ball's sliced off the fence off to the right side, and count now goes to no balls and 2 strikes, and the Rotors down to their last strike. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game is 1 Timothy 4:12, which is the verse this week for Kids Camp. 0-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, and down goes Hornbuckle, and that will end the ball game. The Rhythm get their 2nd win of the year. That Full Count Ministries verse, 1 Timothy 4:12 says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because of your age, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." This 1 Timothy 4:12 as the Rhythm defeat the Rotors here on a Tuesday night. Don't get the shutout, but do get the win, and they move to 2-3 on the season. On the season, and the Rotors move to 3-2. The Rhythm will be back in Hendersonville tomorrow night. Let's check that schedule here. I didn't have it up and going. Now's not the time for my internet not to work. Hopefully they don't shut it down afterwards. The Paducah Chiefs will be coming in for 7:05 game Wednesday night. And then Thursday will be Kids Camp night. Du Bois County Bombers come in. And then Friday and Saturday. So a four-game homestand for Full Count. As this game has gone final, if I can get down to the bottom of this scoreboard, and I'll make it final if I can. Now my computer's messing up. There we go. 7-1 final. It's time to pack it up and head back to Hendersonville, Gallatin area with a 7-1 win. Carson Howard gets his first win of the year. Eli Prince takes the loss, and I'll have to check and see if Luke Elmore gets the win or the save in that ball game. But you can check the box score probably tomorrow to find out. So for head coach Josh Carmen, this is Tim Reese saying so long for tonight, where the Full Count Rhythm defeat the Fulton Railroaders 7-1. God bless you.